Whenever you're going 85 miles an hour, it feels like nothing because you're doing everything right. There's nothing, you're not hitting any walls. It feels smooth. You know, I think there's a point where you begin to realize, oh, I'm really booking it. I'm really, coming down this hill fast, but it's a good thing to feel nothing. Whereas if you're feeling everything, you're doing so much wrong. There's a lot of pain points, you're hitting walls, you're skidding, you're going sideways. Like it's one of those things where if you don't feel anything, if you're not getting any feedback from the track or anything, it's a good thing. My name is Darryl Payne Jr. I live in Temple, Texas, but I train in Austin as a USA skeleton athlete. My dream in skeleton is to represent Team USA as the first black man to do skeleton at the Olympics. I know there have been women who've represented skeleton, black women who've represented skeleton at the Olympics, but to be the first black man to do it would kind of give more representation for a youth that are looking for other sports to join, but don't necessarily meet the standard to compete at the high levels of, say, football or basketball, baseball. I got a call from the United States Olympic Committee, and they were doing a scouting camp. And from there, I went to skeleton. I got recruited to skeleton, and kind of the rest is history. I wasn't the most highly recruited athlete, but I also kind of used my strengths to get me placed into a sport where I'm excelling. So. Skeleton is a really difficult sport because there's a high learning curve. So, they say it takes 6 to 8 years to really even start to get good at the sport. And I'm right at that 8-year mark, and I'm probably at the point where my confidence is high again, It's one of those things where, throughout that whole process, you kind of realize where you fit in, who's come before you, learn the history. That's when I learned that a black man has never represented the US before in the sport at the Olympics. So actually 2 years ago, in the middle of the season, I probably hit my lowest point when I was just so defeated mentally. I had a feeling that I should be in a certain place when I actually just wasn't performing there. My question was, for what? What's the point of this? And so I actually quit mid-season. I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna finish off this race, and I'm going to figure out how to tell my coach, my teammates that I won't be back. But actually, I kind of had a breakthrough at that same time. The next race, I did really well. I ended up getting a medal. This Olympic dream is probably super strong because at first it started off as I want to kind of take the ability that God gave me and kind of take it to its end, see how far I can go with it. But then, as time goes on, you kind of realize that this is actually much bigger than who you are, bigger than yourself. So going back to being the first black man to do the sport, I have an opportunity to be the representation for black youths in the United States when it comes to winter sports. That's what makes it such a big deal for me.